Hi, so this is my self-assessment, reflection, and evaluation project, and I'm Bryn Moan. So, for my introduction, I was born in Minnesota on August 23rd in 1998, so I'm about to turn 20. And I have a brother who's 2 years older than me, and he goes to NC State. I played soccer for most of my life, and then in high school I ran cross country, which I didn't love, but it kept me in shape. And then I love being outdoors and in nature as long as there aren't too many spiders. I get really scared of spiders. And then I like to have fun and make people laugh as much as I can. I like being an entertaining person and make people happy. So, for the personality test, this was the page that had my results on it, and I kind of just go through the results in the next slides. So, the big five results were for open-mindedness, I got in the 68th percentile, and the high end of things in that meant that you were original, creative, curious, and complex. So I like to think that I'm pretty original and creative sometimes. I think the 68th percentile was pretty accurate in that category. And then the next category was the conscientiousness, and I got in the 76th percentile. And I feel like that's pretty accurate also. I like to think that I'm reliable and organized. I think that one also could have been a little higher. I do like to be really organized, and I feel like I think things through a lot, and I like care a lot about like what other people are thinking and stuff. So the next category was extroversion, and I got in the 73rd percentile. And the high end of that meant that you were sociable, friendly, fun-loving, and talkative. I feel like that's pretty accurate also, but I tend to need to like get to know somebody before I am like extremely extrovert around them. So I think I can be pretty like quiet at first when I come on. So the next result was and these are when they get kind of more negative towards me. And the next result was agreeableness, and that was only in the 29th percentile. And the low end of that meant that you were critical, rude, harsh, or callous. And I would tend to say that that's like more accurate. I think it could have been a little higher, but I like do tend to be pretty like critical, and I don't agree that much. And it kind of goes along with like the next category for like negative emotionally. And I got in the 76th percentile, so that was pretty high for that. And that meant that you were nervous, high strung, insecure, and worried a lot. And I think that I do worry a lot, and I get pretty like nervous about things. So I think that was also pretty accurate. So for my key life experiences, I moved to North Carolina from Minnesota when I was only in first grade, so like I had to be more like outgoing and learn to make friends quickly from a young age. Because of that, I had all my friends in Minnesota, and then I had to completely leave everybody and move pretty far away. So I played soccer from a pretty young age, probably from like 5 years old on, and it caused me to like adapt well to working with a team and working well with others. And then I played high school soccer also. So I was named captain of my high school team my senior year, and I had to learn some roles of leadership when like I hadn't been in that position ever before. I hadn't been like a leader of anything. So I had to like adjust quickly to like being a captain and being like in charge of people and running drills and like speaking openly and stuff like that. So my plan for development. So obvious area I have for improvement is in agreeableness. So I would like to improve that by like listening more to people and like their opinions and like take what they have into consideration rather than just like sticking with what I believe and what I agree with rather than what other people do. And then the other section I can improve is with being negative emotionally. And instead of being so nervous and worrying a lot, which causes me like stress a lot of the time, I think I should like plan on relaxing more and not thinking about what could go wrong, but like what could go right in situations. And then I thought the other sections I didn't have like too much to improve, but I want to like keep working hard on those and keep them high, hopefully. And then in conclusion, A key takeaway from this class was how much goes into running and maintaining a food service operation. I didn't know how many like steps there were. I had only worked in like one other food service for not very long. And I didn't know like all the steps of like planning the establishment and all the things you have to order and the materials. So that was cool to learn everything. So my favorite activities in the class that we did were coming up with your like dream job. I hadn't like really thought too much about it, so it was cool. I did some like research to figure out like what like key section I wanted to go into. So it was cool to be able to talk about that also. And then thinking up and like creating a restaurant that would be good for Boone. I thought that was fun to like come up with an idea and be able to share it with the class also.